Traditionally, it was known as plug and feather, and you'd use a drill. You drill holes into the limestone, put wooden pegs in the holes, split the pegs with chisels, and that would break, hopefully, a nice piece of stone out, a nice piece of blue john. But with the new methods of using a stone chainsaw, it's much quieter, it's much cleaner. The cuts it makes into the stone is much cleaner, and it doesn't fracture the rock as much, so you get nice solid pieces of blue john out that can be processed much more easily. This is the first vein that's been discovered for 150 years. It's also only the second vein to be named after a person. It's unlikely that another vein will ever be found, so it's quite significant that it's the first one for 150 years and it probably won't happen again. The Ridley Vein was discovered by accident last November. What happened was we were trying different methods of mining, and we decided to hire a stone chainsaw. And it just so happened that quite close to a tourist route, we'd noticed a few crystals poking out from underneath some clay. And this area was quite close to a power source and a water source, so we thought we'd have a play with this saw in this area just to see how it performed. And it was, once this lump came out, we cleaned it up and had a good look at it, we realised it was unlike any of the other veins in the hill.
For probably about a month. Other bits we'll just leave somewhere else. If you leave it for about a year, it should be fine. We fill the stone with a special 2-bit formula, and that gets sucked into the stone with a pump, which actually sucks all of the air out of the stone first and brings the vacuum oven into its vacuum. And then once you've left that for about maybe 6 hours, you can let the pressure back in, which means that the air wants to actually get back into the stone, but of course the air can't get back in because it's coated with resin. So instead of the air going in, the resin gets pulled into the stone about 2 inches in from every direction, and that just helps to give it a lot more strength. We glue several bits of blue john together, turn them into a cylinder, and that's pretty much all you do with that, which is then stuck onto the bottom of the bowl. The lathe's about 50 years old. It's actually a metal cutting lathe, but it works really well for the stone. We can do every part of the process on the lathe, all the way from grinding up to the polishing of it. The main issue when doing something like a bowl is when you're carving out the inside of it, you can quite easily just break what we call the wall off. And so that'll be quite high risk when doing this chalice.